Welcome back, folks. I'm ManicMink. This is Shadowrun Returns. When we last left off, Coyote got a new arm, and we're going to talk to Dr. Castle, see what she has to say. Boop. In Shadowrun circles, the term doctor is often used quite liberally to describe any sawbones with a needle and thread, but in the case of the Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanic fetishes. This is the sixth world medicine of the highest caliber. Doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely. If not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder like her own personal gargoyle. Spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. She has to look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for your help. Say it was some work you did on her. Your talents might be going to waste down here. I praise for a simple arm swap, especially since she wouldn't let me repair her face. Shows you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service medbay under a dive bar in a slum. Don't be. This is a Shadowrun bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there is no better place to set up a practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for the runs. I may not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. What can I help you with? Let's talk about what's that on your shoulder. Little guy supports the healing rituals I perform on my patients after surgery, dramatically reducing their recovery time. Not standard procedure, of course, but the results speak for themselves. You're a shaman too? While modern medical technology makes surgery less disruptive than it used to be, it's still an ordeal for both the body and the spirit, requiring extensive recuperation to properly heal. I'm trained in the ways of the spirit world as well as the scientific world. I do my best to heal the whole patient. What cyberware do you have available? Cyberware. So you have eyes, legs, basically a powerful medical machine replacement for your legs, 8 HP and 1 quickness. Plus 6 HP. Plastic bone lacing, plus 1 body. Plus 1 armor. Plus 3% hit. Interesting. Okay. So your medical supplies. Basic trauma kit. Tell me more about trauma kits. Trauma kits are fully automated stabilization units and include defibrillators, spray-on synthetic skin, and medical nanomachines. Save someone's life if you move fast enough. So if you're bleeding out, one of those can get you back on your feet. Exactly. Okay. So, let's, we finished that. Let's meet. Let's inspect this bed. Bunks of mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Look at the image on the photo. Pictures of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. With his arm tight around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera, the girl is planting a kiss on his cheeks while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Check the back of the photo. Written in a woman's hand are the words Sam and Jessica, Lake Sammamish State Park, summer 2040. Let's take the photo, I guess. And what is that? Deliver the stones to Mr. Delilah. I'm gonna do that now. Because we got those for her and she doesn't know it. And I'd like to help her out a bit. Mr. Delilah, there he is. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. Might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. What business? I ain't got no business with you. Coyote sent us. The mention of Coyote finally gives you his full attention. You didn't... Why didn't you say so? Coyote's late and my client's getting anxious. Where is she? Downstairs in the medbay, got her arm torn off in the job. No kidding. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So, who are you two? The guys that got your goods, what difference does it make? Makes no difference to me. Where's the stones? In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope in his eye. Quickly, through what appears to be the most valuable stones. He stops when he can't find what he's looking for. He glares at you furious and throws the rest of the gems in your face. It's not here. What? Exhales and slowly wags his head as he speaks. Let me explain the way the world works to you. I hire someone to do a job, they do it, then they get paid. Me part happy. Now you have something I paid Coyote to get for me, that makes it mine. So you give me the pebble, and we won't make any more work for Johnny Clean. In your line of work, short memory can be an asset. That was not one of these times. Sure. Okay, may not have told you, but the penalty for being late with the delivery was no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the gems I threw in your damn face. Mr. Lila looks up at you up and down, takes you in and smiles to yourself. Listen, you look the sort of man who might have a crew of his own one day, might need a little talent. That happens, you come to me, I'll set you up. Paco looks like you impressed him. I know the offense for those gems. Follow me. Let's see. Okay, we're not done for now. We're done for now, right. Let's talk to him, and we'll hopefully get some... Van Gross is fiddling with his cybernetic eye while noodling on his PDA. You're back, still busy. What's your story? So you're a busy man. That's right, and so I wouldn't bother you if I hadn't come into possession of these rare stones. You have his attentions. Rare stones, huh? Let me see those rare stones. Your servos and his cybernetic eye whir as magnifying lens slips into place. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this track? Gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 to them. I'll think about it. Suit yourself. Let's see if I can get a bit more. If I get 2 charisma, I would need charisma. Yeah. Or I could get new etiquette and pick up academic. But either way, I need 3 you know, skill points. Karma. Let's finish talking to you, Coyote, down here. Hopefully you can tell me some more. You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch with me? Found something in the bunk Sam was using. A photo. Did you know Sam had a twin sister? Yeah, I did. He mentioned it once or twice. It didn't sound like they got along very well. She thinks. He was rambling on about her last time I saw him, but by that point he was completely gone. I couldn't follow what he was saying, but he sounded miserable. Comlink chips, and the screen shows a smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. Officer Aguirre, what a pleasure to hear from you. Yeah, we're buddies. Let's go dancing soon. Listen, the Ripper got another one. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down the docks. You owe me for this one. Put it on my tab. You there now? Better be quick before McCluskey arrives. Image on your PDA dissolves. And the Ripper murder where? The docks. I've got to go. Okay, listen, I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off, and Sam was my friend. You head to the docks and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister Jessica. She might be able to help us. Thanks, I appreciate the help. Okay, so we'll sell those gems probably when we get back, because I should have enough to get another point in charisma or 2, maybe. Or no, I guess I'll just sell them now. Damn. Yes. Okay, here you go. Received 1,000, that's good. Yay, good for me. Now, let's go. Taking cab to the Seattle docks. Let's do that. South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstress Union behind, you head to the docks. Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim and left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and gray. Rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wood pallets. The hell. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wood pallets repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken down street. Disreputable is the district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse. It's located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained edge of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Okay. Let's make sure our weapons are properly equipped. Yeah, I guess they're equipped. Let's go down here first. Let's talk to the prostitute. Always talk to the prostitutes, for more than one reason, but hey, looking for a good time? Know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, bums around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. This is... Guard here looks bored. He toys with his gun, absentmindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You look like looking to get dusted, street scum. Work for Lone Star on the crime scene, investigating in the investigation in the NTSB warehouse. I'm looking for my kitty cat. Here, kitty. New maintenance guy. We'll have the killer bypass security, or if they were let in. Oh, of course, I'll open the gate. Gary's just inside the warehouse. Definitely no holes in our security key or tip-top shape. Yeah, sure it is. Let's... Since I have a feeling that charisma might help us, let's bump up our charisma to... Wow, but I like intelligence, too. Intelligence and charisma, I guess I need. Security academic, sure. Let's take that. I don't know. I'm a bit of an academic, so maybe that'll help. Talk to the Lone Star guard. Maybe he can tell me something interesting. Get out of here! Okay. Thank you. Sorry, that was my best impersonation of Game Grumps. It did not go as well as I would hope. These are all jets. Interesting, and that's a helicopter. And these are things that are going to be stolen. I need them. They're important. Flechette concussion grenade. Phosphorus grenade. Interesting. Crashed airplanes everywhere. Okay, the warehouse. Continue to a new location, yes. The warehouse. Inside the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. Uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door, and it seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star, I know you've got a job to do. Okay, so... Officer Aguirre is here, and it looks like... Unfortunately, so is our big ogre friend. Took your sweet time, didn't you? You know, traffic these days. Fill me in. We had time to go over the evidence while you were en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. Victim worked at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to determine what happened. The victim was in charge of the latest high-priority investigation at the moment. Gone through the computer, and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets, that he had kept records. Selling corporate secrets, not the wisest career choice. Nope, some runner like you probably offered him to cover up his corporate master's involvement and tried to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key, check it out for yourself if you want. I might. Let's talk to Dresden and Shannon Halfsky. Who are you? ManicMink, surprised to see you here. Let me guess, Officer Gary tipped you off? Suppose you must, made an impression on him at the market yesterday, or your cred stick did, at any rate. He chuckles. Anyway, surprise, we got another Ripper victim on our hands. You look like you've been putting in some overtime. What's the deal? Victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. And yes, I'm a little tired. Bodies have been piling up like driftwood, it seems. Cause of death unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. Not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Fortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Nice hole where his chest was, so what's on the shopping list? Killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, other missing organs may have just been eviscerated with the chest cavity. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy. It's not a coincidence, as a scientist. It's just that, though, a coincidence. It's the only the third body I personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other 2. If I find more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. McCluskey getting closer to the suspect. McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that, though. That was Officer Aguirre. Gary would love to solve it before McCluskey can get his gold detective shield, plus he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. Inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Officer Aguirre's salary is going to do much to seduce him into helping me, or me into helping him. So who's the woman? No clue. She just showed up. Next to kin, I think. I'm going to take a look around. Good luck. This is Shannon Halfsky with her hand pointing straight out. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. Obvious Native American, because you can tell because of the stereotype. So you've been praying. Do you know the deceased? Yes, he's my older brother. I asked Bear to help him speak to me. She shakes her head, looking like one who has found herself lost for the first time in her life, but I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and let my brother's spirit to rest. I can tell you're used to shouldering a heavy burden, but maybe there's an easier way. She looks at you, the flattery largely failing to affect her, given the circumstances, but then inspiration dispels the dark cloud surrounding her. Perhaps my brother's spirit is too weak, that's a given. My brother's spirit might not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are other spirits who may be able to help. Her features harden in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare, but I can't do it alone. What do you need? Warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard, and I think they may have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. You can find personal items that belong to the victims. I believe I can summon a spirit to speak with us. At least 2 such objects. Can you find them? Of course. Find 2 haunted objects. What's in here? This looks more like an office, mate. Well, actually, let's take a look what's over here. That's a bathroom. Oh, poster depicts a svelte young woman posing with an assault rifle. Okay. Let's open the door. What's behind door number 1? Let's take a look at that. That's the computer there. It appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the toothbrush. Still wet from being used. Inspect the comb. You reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your... As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, Your heart thumps in your chest hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna have to pick this up next time, though, so I'm ManicMink. This is Shadowrun Returns. See you later. Take care.